Tiki and Tierney, 2 days roll on with Trey Mason, who's a running back with the Rams. Also an incredible college career, especially the last half. That was pretty exceptional. How's training camp treating you, Trey? How are you, bud?
As well, man. Blessed for this opportunity to be out here, man. Use every day to get better. You only get one shot.
Yeah, I know that's the case, and especially for the running back position, which a lot of people will say, oh, it's getting devalued in the National Football League. But if you have a good one, you get some great ones. I want to jump back real quick, though, to your college days. I was looking at the stretch of games that you had down the end. You had the prayer at Jordan-Hare, where you had 115 yards rushing. Then you had the kick six game, where you had 164 yards rushing. Then you had the SEC championship game, where you rushed for 304. And then the national championship game, where you rushed for 195. I mean, you were balling at the end of your college career. How awesome was that for you and War Eagle, I should say?
War Eagle, and it was definitely fun. To be able, that's the main part, that I really focus on, since high school. Just to pretty much have fun out there. And if you're having fun, that means you're balling or you're doing something that you like to do. So, just pretty much have fun out there and enjoy it.
A lot of people would say you hit your pinnacle in college, but we know that's not the case for you. You got a chance in your rookie season with the Rams to get a lot of carries. You were the leading rusher on the team. So what was your rookie season like? Because the transition others make is sometimes a little more difficult for them.
It was difficult at first. When I first came to the NFL, I didn't play the first, I think, 5 weeks. So I was pretty, I was nervous, not wondering, why am I not playing? What's going on? But, I was always told by veterans and guys that are older than me, control what you can control until the point. When your number's called on, just at least be ready.
Yep, no doubt. You're ready. Talking to Trey Mason, running back for the Rams, right here on Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio. Now you're bringing Todd Gurley. Backfield's kind of stacked. Benny Cunningham, Trey Watts, Malcolm Brown. You guys, the loaded, which is good, but is that too much competition?
Competition is good. I like competition. I mean, it only brings out the best in the individual. So, competition is going to be good, and it's going to make the team better. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I think what's going to also help make the team better is his health. And you finally got a guy at quarterback, and you only experienced this for a year with Sam Bradford, who goes down with an ACL injury. But it's been the issue with the Rams for the last couple of years. How has Nick Foles transitioned, and how does he look so far in training camp?
I like Nick back there. He's a guy that's comfortable. When he's back there, he's not really, he keeps his poise, and he's poised and calm in the pocket. And he comes with a lot of leadership. And, I also like that, to be back there in the backfield, we got to get things going back there. So to have a guy that's willing to step in there and, call shots makes my job a lot easier, and also makes everybody else.
One thing that you worry about from your position, and I know this from doing it, is when the offensive line is young and not quite gelled yet. You got any concerns? Because the O-line is young, and they're going to have to figure it out on the fly as opposed to, experience from being in the league for years.
Mm-hmm. I've experienced it before in school, having guys that are coming young and have to play right away. So, you just have to stick with them and know that there's going to be times, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But, you're going to learn throughout the way, so just don't let it happen twice. Try not to make every mistake twice. Learn from your mistakes and, just get better each and every day.
Yeah,
so as that comes on, they'll come together. And I know we got guys, Jamon Brown, he's a dog down there. And he's young, but I know he's coming along and learning. So, if he messes up, he's messing up at 110%.
Trey Mason, running back of the Rams, one of the teams that should make a nice jump at the standings. Big expectations for him this year. Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio. Jeff Fisher, your head coach, a pretty interesting guy, and he's had a lot of success in the league. Some people will say his job's in jeopardy. He's got to start winning in St. Louis. Do you feel pressure to win, especially given the division you're in and the expectations that I think have been building for a couple of years with this team?
Definitely. I feel like it's about time. For us to put some wins, have a winning season, have, a great season. A season that everybody can remember and say, wow, that was the team that changed history. Now the Rams are looked at as one of the teams that are just, now we're pretty much given to go to the Super Bowl or to the playoffs.
It's interesting you say that because of the division you're in. And the 49ers, people say he's taking a step back. The Seattle Seahawks are always going to be the Seattle Seahawks. The Arizona Cardinals, they lost their quarterback last year, and so maybe that could explain. When you size up the division, where do you see yourselves, and are you able to compete Even though you did last year with some injuries on offense, you're able to compete with the kind of the elite of the NFC.
Definitely, and I feel like that's helped us get thus far. You know, when we feel like we have a very hard schedule, and we feel like we have the pieces to the puzzle now to defeat everybody and get a lot of wins.
What's your expectation for yourself this year?
My main goal, I always set a high goal, and if I don't reach it, I'll be pretty close. That was always my mindset. So, I always wanted to end the season, going into the postseason as the number one running back in the NFL.
I like that attitude. Well, what did you think when they drafted Todd Gurley? I remember when this happened with me when they drafted Ron Dane, and it pushed me. Some people would say, "Oh, they're disrespecting you," but for me, it pushed me, and I think it made me a better player. What were your thoughts on Todd when he got drafted in the first round?
Todd and I have been cool since school, so it's just always you got to also look at it as it's a blessing for him. To be able to be one of the guys to change history, and I always look at it as just a blessing for another person. So, there's a blessing. It could be a blessing in disguise. And, everything happens for a reason. God makes everything happen for a reason. So I feel like, we got something special going on, and, everybody will eat.
It's a good way to look at it. Makes you a great teammate as well. At the end of the day, it's not often about the individual goals. It's about the team goals. Trey, we appreciate you. It's fantastic catching up. Nice watching you the past couple of years, both in the NFL and back in college at Auburn. And we hope to see a little more of that coming up in 2015. Thanks, pal.
Thank you.
All righty, so pretty crowded stable of running backs, but it is time to win.